Everybody has a story, but who gets to tell theirs and how? 3 out of 4 Americans say they want to write a book, but hardly anyone starts. I'm Nicole Halper, founder of Proofed and Proven, and we're building an AI-powered ghostwriting platform for the millions of experts and change makers ready to turn their story into impact. The demand is real, the tech is ready, we're scaling now, and we need capital to move faster. But before I tell you how we're doing that, let me tell you my story. I grew up on a farm in New Jersey that my family had worked since 1922. The government took that farm through eminent domain. My family faced government corruption, police brutality, and we fought back with grassroots organizing. I was knocking on doors, telling my family's story to save our home. I was a kid when I learned that storytelling moves people. My mom always used to ask, when are we going to write a book about our family? Well, she must have gotten into my head because now I'm building a platform to help people write theirs. Let's do a quick check-in. Raise your hand if you've ever thought, I should write a book. Now keep it raised if you've actually started writing it. Yes, that's the most important step. Good for you. Now raise your hand if you've actually published. Can we give those people a round of applause? That's so hard to do. But here's the real question. What is stopping the rest of us? Now, I'm a poet, so if any of these resonate with you, please snap your fingers. Maybe you don't have any time. Maybe you think books don't make any money. Or if you're like me, you're too scared to fail, so you never even start. These reasons are why people hire ghostwriters. But the problem with that is that ghostwriting can cost $50K or more. So unless you're a household name, you're never going to make that money back. Unless you hire Ghostwriter AI. Our proprietary AI-powered process lets AI do the heavy lifting while human talent captures your voice and turns it into a book. Our system uses what is it called? Retrieval augmented generation. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. I got a great AI coach, let me tell you. Our system uses retrieval augmented generation to capture your real voice using your existing content. It's a faster, smarter, more human way to publish. We sit right in the sweet spot. Traditional ghostwriting is nuanced, but it's slow and expensive. AI tools are cheap and fast, but they tend to be generic and flat. Ghostwriter AI gives you the best of both worlds. Personalized storytelling, professional structure, and a price point that makes authorship accessible. We're building this proprietary AI platform after 5 years in the publishing industry. My editorial business has served over 60 clients, including self-published authors, publishers, and academic researchers. Over the years, clients have asked me for help writing their books, especially business owners and consultants who want to teach people how to do what they do, but don't have the writing skills or the time to do it. When LLMs became popular, I saw a gap in the market for cheap, quick, affordable, ghost-written books in the nonfiction, instructional, and self-help genres. That's why we launched our Ghostwriter pilot in 2024. With just $5,000 from builders and backers, we validated our demand. We launched LinkedIn ads, and we found that these people, senior consultants, directors, and founders, want to turn their knowledge into a book that builds their brand, generates leads, and lands them on stages. With that same 5K, we proved our model. We are building a platform that ghostwriters can scale. And we lowered the price of ghostwriting to 10 cents a word. That's $5,000 for a full-length book, not $50K. Now we're scaling, and we are our next hire is already in motion. Next, we'll scale with a B2B SaaS model and freelancer marketplace. Think with this funding, we can turn our process into a platform. Think Upwork for authorship, where experts are matched with book writing pros that bring your book to life. We turned 5K into traction, and with 20K we scale. This funding will fuel tech, talent, and growth. We're building for the $15 billion nonfiction market. With this funding, our focus will be US-based experts who are ready to invest in writing books that teach, lead, and leave a legacy. We can capture this 5% of this market over the next 2 years, focusing on a few key metro areas, Tulsa included. Our first author, financial trauma expert Desherelle Cohens, is here with us tonight, and her book is already in motion. Thank you. We've proven our model, and we're ready to scale. If you have a story in you, please join our wait list. Storytelling shouldn't be limited to the elite. Our platform exists to uplift voices like mine, like Desherelle's, and maybe even yours. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
My question is, there are platforms out there for people like consultants to do e-courses or virtual courses and things like that. Mm-hmm. What makes this stand out for them to not just go and teach something rather than write a book about it? I guess when I think about writing a book, you then have to go and market it, and you have to do a lot more work after you publish the book.
Definitely.
So I know that there's probably room for someone to want to write a book. Mm-hmm. What about the support after the fact?
That's a really good question. I love that question. The short answer is I have been working in the publishing industry for several years, and my network is very vast. We like to say that all boats rise together in the editorial industry. So I have strategic partnerships planned with book formatters, editors, and publishers, agents, as well as marketers to make sure that the book gets finished. The process that we pitched today is really just to get the first draft done, because a lot of the people that we have surveyed, they struggle with finishing their book, and then we partner them with people who can get that work done. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for your pitch. Great idea.
Thanks.
I am curious a bit more about your tech.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned one of your value props and differentiators compared to others, in the market included capturing someone's original voice. And I'm curious about the data you train your models on to enable you to do that.
That's a really good question. I'm glad you asked that. First of all, privacy is very important to us. We are not in the business of plagiarizing. So we kind of work like healthcare systems that use LLMs for their businesses, because that data obviously has to be private and protect patient information. So we use RAG, I'm not going to try to say it again, retrieval augmented generation, where basically the LLM, instead of pulling from the internet and saying, write a book about like financial trauma based on these scholarly reports, instead we give it a database of information, which includes the author's existing content. They might have given presentations before or taught courses on what they do, so we'll upload that to the database. We offer up to 10 hours of synchronous author interviews, and we do additional asynchronous interviews as well, so we have targeted questions to make the author talk about or write about what they actually want the book to be about. And then we tell the LLM, do not pull from the internet, because this book is about what the author says. So we make sure that that's in a black box.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your pitch.
Thank you.
So kind of alongside that as well, so thinking about things in equitable terms, how can a user access your app and your software if, say, maybe they don't have normal access to computers, higher tech, things like that? Like kind of how can you fill those gaps?
Sorry, I just want to make sure I answer the right question. Would you mind asking it again?
Yes. So when looking at equitable or equal access to these kind of things, because you'll have a wide breadth of ages, demographics, and ranges that have stories to tell, from children on up. How will you be able to reach them as far as the technology gap may be?
That's a really good question. Future Nicole will give you an amazing answer, because I think after we expand past our initial market of senior founders, consultants, and directors and everything, I think we'll have a lot of data to answer that question. But the short answer is, some of what our competitors do is they offer like a subscription model, like BookBud AI or Squibbler, where you can pay per character or per word and generate a certain number of words or characters out of that. So I think that besides the handheld hybrid situation that we are starting with, once the software is built out, anybody with internet access can at least generate an outline for free to capture that lead, and then it is an affordable software after that. Yeah. Thanks. Any more questions? Okay. Thank you so much.